Hello. So in this video, I'm going to be showing you how to use the Desmos graphing calculator that's available online to solve a first-degree equation. So the first thing you'll need to do is go to desmos.com. That will take you to this screen. From there, you're going to want to click the graphing calculator button that's in the middle. That'll take you to a screen that looks like what you would normally see on a graphing calculator interface. Now, in order to do this, we need some relatively simple equations to work with. So the first thing we're going to do here, let's see here if I've got one that we can use. We're going to use the following problem. So I don't have this written down and I don't want it to graph it automatically. So the equation we're going to be using is 4x minus 23 is equal to negative x plus 2. I can write that down here. So 4x minus 23, and I don't want it to graph right now, is equal to negative x, what did I say, negative x plus 2. So this is the equation that we're going to be solving. Okay. So the way that we're going to use Desmos to do this is, if you look at the individual side of this equation, these are just linear relationships that you should have learned about from in a previous class. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to graph these as lines. So I'm going to graph the first one, which is y is equal to 4x minus 23. And that creates this blue line graph that we have here on the side. Let me zoom out just a little bit. Okay, so this is the line 4x minus 23. We'll talk about this more in linear relationships and whatnot. It has a slope of 4 and a y-intercept of negative 23, which is down here. Well, let's add another equation. So the other half of this is negative x plus 2. So we'll do y is equal to negative x plus 2. And that creates a second line. Now, you don't need to do the y equals part of this when you're doing it. You can just type in negative x plus 2, and it'll generate the line for you. So here it's purple without y, and here it's green with the y. So you don't need to put the y equals part in, but make sure that you put the expression down. Okay. All right, so we have our two lines. The answer to our equation, the x value, actually I'm going to change this just a little bit so it matches kind of the expression format we're using in class. What we're looking for is the x value that satisfies both of these equations so that they have the same value on either side, thus they are equal. So what we're looking for is an x value that satisfies both equations. That's going to be found at the intersection of these two lines. So what we're looking for is going to be the intersection of these 2 points. So I'm just going to zoom in here a little bit. And I'll zoom in one more. Okay, so I found my intersection. It's this point right here. All you got to do is click on it or hover over it. It puts a little dot there, and the point we get is 5 and negative 3. So what we're concerned about for our solutions, or for our solution to these problems, is going to be the x value. So x is equal to 5 should satisfy both of these. If we plug those in really quick, 4 times 5 is 20, minus 23 is negative 3. If we put in the bottom one here, so that would put in 5 for x, that'll be negative x. That'll be, or I'm sorry, negative 5 plus 2, which is negative 3, which also happens to be the y value that we get for our intersection point here. So when you're submitting your homework, because you're going to have to do this on your homework assignment, this is what I want you to take a snapshot of. So you'll take a snapshot of your graph. You'll have your screen here on the side with your inputs, and then you'll be hovering over the intersection point. It'll give us a point, and I'll be able to check your work that way. All right. The next video we'll do will be on solving absolute value equations.